and why it succeeded or succeeds where Destiny 2 does not. And these are just my opinions, and so this is going to be like a little short little video. Um, and these are just my opinions, so you can take them however you please. So right off the bat, you had to pay for Destiny 1. And when it first released in 2014. So that already deterred most of the cheaters to where you didn't really, if there were any, didn't really see them at all. So in Destiny 2, that's where it failed, is because it went free to play, which already made a. I mean, well, it didn't go free to play right off the bat, which was even worse because most people bought Destiny 2 and then later down the road, after the Red War campaign and all that ended, it went free to play, which was a big slap in the face for a lot of people because a lot of people just bought the game and wasn't expecting it to go free to play. And Bungie didn't do anything to kind of, in a way of reimbursement. Like, there was no, like, hey, you spent this money on our game and we're sorry that we went free to play, but here you go. Hopefully that makes up for it. They didn't do any of that. So next was, for me, we'll go ahead and log in here. The character creation was pretty much the same thing to me as Destiny 2, except for they stopped at level 40 and your light level only stopped at 400. And so for me that was like an okay thing. It felt like a really good, spot where your light level was and all that. That is not in Destiny 2. I did have a level 400 Titan, level 40 character, but I deleted it to go play through the story, the main story again, because I wanted to. But as you can see here, I have two level 400s, level 40s, and it was just like, I don't see the whole point in constantly creating this power creep that Destiny 2 is doing, where you're just getting more and more powerful, but at the same time, the enemies are just like Diablo, where the enemies go up with you. So it's not like being a high power level is, a big thing like it is in D1. There was power level enabled in PvP like Iron Banner and Trials. So power level had more significance in D1 than it does in D2. And so, I mean, you even have Venus. You have all these planets to go to, unlike D2 has. I mean, you have Venus, but you can't free roam it like you can in D1. You have the Reef, you have the Moon, you have Mars, you have the Dreadnought, you have Earth, and then you got the Traveler, of course, which just takes you to the tower. Now, D2 does do good things like where you can just go wherever you need to go from the tower or wherever you're at. They do that very well. But they already had a base line for D2 from D1. Like, the base game was there already. All they had to do was for me to capitalize on it. And I don't mind paying for a game. It keeps it, good and all that. And Eververse is not as bad as it is in D1 as it is in D2. Like, this is it. This is Eververse. This is, like, that's all you get. And you get item returns in D1 as well. You don't get that in D2. So, I mean,
doing good work, Guardian.
What's up with that? And then you have your silver or dust store still. So, I mean, or your silver dust, I forgot. That was just a thing you had. But, you can buy all this stuff, all these glows with this stuff. And you get some silver dust, I believe, from actually just dismantling some of this stuff. or even dismantling these, which are weapon ornaments. And then you have your postmaster like usual. I also think I'm on the Series X, but it also seems like it's getting a FPS boost and a graphical boost from when I was playing it on my Xbox One X about a year ago. So I mean, I didn't see any like these reflections in the floors before. I noticed that yesterday when I was playing. And there's no crossplay. That's another thing for me. That's a big thing for me. I mean, I hate crossplay. I mean, if it was to like console to console, like from Xbox to PlayStation, I'd be cool with it. And PC keeping their own thing. I mean, PC has their own opinion about that, which is fine. But I mean, you have Eris Morn here. You have all this. I mean, granted, they kind of grouped everything together, so there's like less people, but they even got rid of these, the ammo synthesis.
The Hive are not mindless. I have witnessed.
So I have some of this, and I loved this. This was like the moment I found out about these swords. These swords were freaking amazing. I loved them. And then Icebreaker, I love it. And I mean, I have a lot of the well-known exotics, and these just came out, I believe, not too long ago in D2, but don't have the same perks. Like, projectiles have a chance to disorient Hive Wizards. That should be like a main perk on these weapons that came from Crota's raid. You know, and then you got this one. And then I believe there's one that says when you tag enemies, enemies hit by this weapon are briefly highlighted. So I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, can't forget about these guys. Abaddon. I mean, they kind of created this down here as well, with the exotic kiosk in D2. I think it was better this way. I mean, D1 just did a lot of things better. I mean, you can see the ones that are grayed out I don't have, which is page 1. Or I just don't have the exotic shard, basically. But it'll tell you, it just like requires discovery and things like that. But I mean, like, come on. Some of these are just like, how can you not bring those over? Same thing with the armor. A lot of these are in D2, but still, I know these ain't. Don't know why though. And then you also have your exotic class mark, or your exotic class item, which was really cool. I don't know why they did away with that. Made no sense. And then, like I see, I got one right here. I can dismantle this. You get silver dust. You get in-game currency without having to pay money to get it. And then obviously for the Outbreak Prime that I already got, I can do it again with this character. And the raids weren't not that bad. I mean, Taken King was like one of my favorite ones, but the story was good too, and or at least in my opinion, it was good. But I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my lower level character, bleh. And just play some of the story here, just to basically prove to y'all that D1 did a lot of things great that Destiny 2 is failing at. And then this, I forgot to mention this, you have difficulties inside each mission. Like, you can do that. And in a way, they kind of have it in D2 where you can do like legendary campaign and stuff like that, but To me, that's not the same thing, or at least it doesn't feel like the same thing. And then if you were going to go do strikes, you can do heroic strikes, normal strikes, you know. Things like that that Destiny 2 does not have. And I don't know why. And Destiny 2 seems to have this, excuse me, this weird
We gave up the moon to keep the Hive away from Earth. We
mirage
hoped that would be enough
of
for them.
it saying that it's not forced crossplay, but in a way it kind of is, because if you turn off crossplay, you won't actually have people to do strikes or nightfalls with, because
I used to look up here
it
at
seems
night
like everybody
and
has
wonder what
the
Hive were
crossplay
doing.
on
But the
just
only
to
activity
fill
I
in.
could ever pick up was hazy, like it was blocked or buried.
And we got a lot of this stuff back, but we still can't free roam Venus, and they still took it away. Which, again, doesn't make sense either, especially when people pay for it.
A guardian came here searching for a way into the Hive fortress, but he just disappeared. Let's pick up his trail. His last known coordinates are up ahead. The Guardian's last report said he captured this old accelerator from an unknown fallen house.
Anyways, I'm gonna let this gameplay play out and just kind of like show you guys that I think if Destiny 2 needs
Some
to
of this
succeed,
equipment shows
it
recent
needs to
activity.
kind of
Had to
take
be
a step
Guardian's
back and
ghost.
look. Because obviously the things they're doing now are not working, and the things that they did in D1 was working,
All right.
because
Let's look
obviously
at the
it
remains of an old colony base.
succeeded enough
Not too far.
to make a
Maybe he's still
D2.
there.
And we didn't have barricades either, which I don't know why they added that. I mean, you could use literally the little motes of light on the ground there to heal yourself if you had the, like the right exotics or whatever. I don't know. It is 30 FPS. It doesn't really feel like it. The sliding is, you can't do sliding as much or as often in D1, which is something I really enjoyed, because in PvP really seems like that's like all about like what Call of Duty is doing too. The whole slide canceling, slide meta. And I think more people wouldn't be like just sitting there in the back if they had to worry about ammo either in PvP. I think ammo needs to come back for all weapons. It shouldn't be infinite. And power level enabled needs to come back to PvP as well. That way it gives more significance to being at a higher power level in PvP and
You can
trials
grab your
and
sparrow now. We're linked.
raids and things like that, because you did
The
more
colony base
damage
he was looking for
and
should
took
be on
less
the other
damage
side
for
of the
being at a
ridge.
higher level. And let's not forget that you were able to have horns. Your sparrow. Oh. drug. So you mean you have horns? This was the Galahorn Sparrow, which is really cool.
This is where he was headed.
I mean, you don't have like Icarus Stash or anything like that. You don't have. I mean, you have Shoulder Charge, I believe. Actually, I don't think you do, actually. Oh, yep, there it is. Shoulder Charge. I mean, it wasn't nearly spammed as much in D1 as D2,
Looks
I'm
like
pretty
he set up
sure.
camp here. Let's see what he left behind.
I still haven't yet seen somebody use it.
His notes. They're all about a place called the Temple of Crota. It's not far from here. Sounds like a
And then
death
you got
trap.
these. I mean, you get ornaments on your cloak. Or your mark, I should say. That was really neat back then. And obviously everybody remembers the Shield Brothers. Nightfall specific armor was a thing. But I mean, just all the options you had. You just had more options. It feels like to me in D1 than D2. Oh wait, so it's supposed to go this way. I think back in the day, if you killed this, you would actually, I think some people got an exotic from it. It was pretty cool and really rare.
The ground here is hollowed out for miles. Who knows what's happening under your feet?
I mean, I think when any game's free to play, it just
I think we found the
screams cheaters, basically, and hackers and all sorts, because it's
ahead,
just an
Guardian
easy
Town.
entry instead of having to fork out 70, $80 for a game, or I guess back then would be 60. on console.
There's nothing left.
Not even the light.
And our guardian actually
Where's his
talks.
ghost?
The stranger.
We may want to move back.
Which is later learned as Elsa Bray, into the EXO program, like Kate 6, which we killed him
Woken
and
the
we brought him
hive.
back.
I'm picking up the dying light of a ghost. Inside.
I think a hot wizard in here somewhere. Might be thinking of a strike or a nightfall maybe. Nope, there she is. You don't see how wizard's healing either. I guess you need more of a challenge in D2, but most people said D1 was pretty hard, so I guess that doesn't really explain it.
The ghost is dead, but I can still read some of its memories. The Hive are raising an army here, preparing to invade Earth. We need to stop them.
I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's actually even bounty hoarding in D1. Like there is in D2. But like I said, again, correct me if I'm wrong. And I really didn't mind this back in the day. Just, you know, going to orbit and then going to where I needed to go. It wasn't such a big deal to me. Not as big a deal as people made it out to be, that they had to make it to where it is like it is now in D2. Well, back in the day, I used to think I could move my ship like in Warframe. I would always like try and move it left or right, and for some reason, it was either like coincidence or whatever, but it made me think I was doing it really. My ship would move when I move it to the left or point to the left. I keep hitting the wrong button.
Happy to help. Put it to good use, Guardian.
I just miss all this stuff. Because there was like so much potential that this could turn into a exotic, or even a blue could turn into an exotic. So
My regards to the enemy, Titan.
then you can actually go to the gunsmith
What do you need?
and do like these weapon field tests and weapon orders where you can get a weapon that you're, trying to get unlocked or whatever, or a certain role.
Oiled Guardian.
Present. Mission completed. Updating schedule. Transaction complete.
Guardian.
Honestly, the way they killed off the speaker was unjustified.
I told them. We need leadership.
I need files.
And the way factions would have
Let's see how
their own
you
little
can help you.
class marks as well. If you got up to a certain level with them, I think it was like 25?
See you around.
Yeah, I think it was 25, and you would get an exotic class mark from that faction. Something D2 does not do.
Yes, Guardian. What do you need? Good.
And just having the stats on here just made it easier. There was no like
There is
going
little
in
time.
and be like,
We need you out there, Guardian.
oh, I need to get these stats on this, and I can build into that. I did not prefer it that way. I mean, maybe other people did, but definitely not me. I do gotta get some precision kills, so I probably should just go with that. Hmm. I mean, holiday items. I can recollect them. I think there was one back in Destiny 2. I think it's just in the collections. If I'm not mistaken, but I mean, if you missed a mask, it would be like in the mask 2 or mask 1. So I mean, and then you have your SLR suits here. In here. Oh, and there was a section 2 as well. So I mean, your goats would have just static rolls on them. I thought that was really great too.
Keep trying to volunteer.
And also you have your titles and your shaders and all that you can pull back out from the collections.
Doesn't know how to rule with
But if you do that with your ships or sparrows, it costs you money. So I think they're doing away with that.
Allows us to
I believe it's like next season or something.
Package for warlocks. Stop floating. Backpack.
Let the dead sleep in the living trade, eh, Guardian?
I'm much of a sniper rifle person.
Let me give you some tips on this one. Kinda heavy, but powerful.
Oh man, just you can buy materials if you need to upgrade your armor. I totally forgot about this stuff too. That's not in D2. That sucks.
Guardian.
A lot of things. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. We'll keep these for other reasons. Oh man, one of my favorite guns from the what is that called? What expansion is that? Iron something? Rise of Iron? That's right. Yeah.
Bad rattle. Very
Very
bad.
good gun. We can't use none of those yet because I'm not level 40 or level 400. The Devil's Lair and Front Lines have not been completed. I don't think I'm high enough to do Front Lines, now that I think about it. World's Grave. Yeah, and you get Fellwinter's Peak, which is the only way to access Fellwinter's Peak is by PvP in Destiny 2. Four more kills, okay. We'll go ahead and track that. I missed all this stuff. Just felt like simpler times. And this doing this whole reach level 10. Ah, okay. I'm getting there. Yeah, I just really feel like D1 did a lot of things better than D2, and they had the
There's got to be a
perfect
way to
formula
find out
to
what
make
the Hive are
D2
planning.
great.
That ghost we recovered
just
found
didn't
a
do
library
it.
in their fortress called the World's Grave.
In my opinion.
It's said to
Like I
hold
said,
everything they
these
know of Earth.
are just my
If you can get
opinions.
us
Y'all
down there,
take
I'll
them
steal all
however
I
you
can.
please. But this is just what I've seen. This is how I felt. So. And just the sheer fact of lacking content in Destiny
The
2
World's
is
Grave
just
is deep in their fortress, but according to the ghost we found, there's an ancient knight who protects it.
mind-boggling.
I can lead us to him, but you'll have to face him to find the grave.
That never got old. Oh, my bad. Actually, now that I think about it, I think all sparrows did the same speed too. If I remember right. I believe all the sparrows were actually in D1 did the same speed.
The Hive really tore into the moon. Filled it with all sorts of chambers and catacombs.
That's right. This little secret spot. I remember that being there. It was. But, yeah. See? Little secret spot. The chest was always there for new lights to get a weapon, which was nice.
It's a whole necropolis down here.
Ooh, the blue. Totally forgot about that. What? They only had 3 shots. Oh my god. I like the fact that they don't heal when they put their shield up. That's nice. Thank you for that healing. Let me get this out. Get some headshots. Come on, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, but their shield's definitely regenerated. He's not healing even inside his smoke. He's still not healing. Wait. Oh, he does heal when he picks up his shield. Not very much though. Not nearly as much as they do in D2, so. I think thralls were a little scarier in D1 than they were in D2. Yes. Where are y'all coming from? Triggers were a bit more scary too, in my opinion. Because they had that. Ooh. Holy cow. Defeat 50 hive, precision kills, grenade kills, orbs of light. Oh man, just being able to upgrade your super like this feels good. Ooh, okay. I can delete that one. Delete that one. Still can't use that yet. You get some precision kills. So should probably use that. I need to. Guess I need to. I'll keep it for now. Yeah, I don't really have much unlocked on that. Try and go for some precision shots here.
The knight is near, and it's powerful. But this knight holds the key to finding the grave. We'll have to kill him.
Of course we will. And we're farming those guys. Whoa. Oh. I didn't even feel like I got that shot, but alright. Dang, I feel more powerful than I do in D2. Or D1 than I do in D2. Stick it back up. Stick it back up. I don't know if I should go in there or not.
This is the key to the grave. I know where we're headed.
Where is he at? Go ahead. Need 3 more precision kills and 5 more orbs of light. I'll pay attention to the magazine size next time. Still packs a nice punch though.
This should lead us right to the grave. The world's grave, not ours.
Hey Ghost, be more specific. Like what the hell? I thought there was supposed to be people in here. What the? All supers were like based on intellect. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, making sure it wasn't Oh, what? Nice. Try that out.
That's it. There it is.
Oh, that feels... Oh, that feels really good. Almost feels like, Dang, it shoots fast. It's gotta be like a... I can't remember what... Mida. Feels like Mida, that's what I was trying to say. The chest over there. Jade Rabbit. What the? No ledge grabbing. Forgot. That was really good. I like it.
When I break in, they're going to come after us. Make sure you're ready.
As ready as I'm going to be. There's enough water. Yep. Almost feels like shooting like
There's
Halo.
so much. It's
Shoot
broken
from
the
the hip.
vacancy limit.
Oh. Just my shots.
Okay, I've got it all. There's unbelievable stuff in here.
All dead
The Hive
moves.
have seen thousands of worlds taken by the darkness, and they've been seeding Earth for centuries, waiting for their gods to
What the
return.
heck?
I'll warn the
Hi.
city. Let's get out of here.
Alright guys, this was my take on why Destiny 1 pretty much succeeded better than Destiny 2 is succeeding now. Again, these were just my opinions. You can take them with a grain of salt or however you please. But this is just my take on it and why I think Bungie needs to take a step back and look at everything they're doing and why what's working and what's not working in order to move forward and possibly save Destiny 2. So, like again, these are just my opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.